Hi everyone, this is Gretchen from the Hotchkiss Library in Sharon on August 14th, and I'm coming to you from my lair up in the mezzanine with some tips on what you can read next. These are the books that we've just processed this week that are going out on the shelves for you today. So you can have first dibs at any of these. Let's start off with some fiction. We have the fairly new thriller, which is a collaboration between the Mexican film director Guillermo del Toro and the thriller writer Chuck Hogan. It's called The Hollow Ones, and this is the first volume in a projected series called The Blackwood Tapes, and this is volume 1. Next one I'm sure will be of interest to our patrons in Sharon. We have a new novel by Christopher Buckley, a new political satire. Need I say more than the title? Make Russia Great Again. Look at that hat, it's fabulous. And I will just read you the last sentence from his biographical statement on the jacket flap, and it says, if enough people buy this book, Buckley pledges to retire permanently from political satire. So this is your chance, come and get it. And we also have the latest Ruth Galloway mystery in the long-running series by Ellie Griffiths, The Lantern Men. Ellie Griffiths is a beloved British mystery writer. So this is here for you, a good summer scare. Nonfiction is particularly strong this week, I have to say. There's a lot of books here that have gotten a lot of attention in the last couple of weeks. We have the new memoir by Natasha Tretheway. She's a former US poet laureate and a winner of the Pulitzer Prize and a wonderful poet. And this is a memoir entitled Memorial Drive. And this is apparently very beautifully written and rendered. And it's a heart-wrenching story, awful story actually, about the murder of her mother at the hands of her stepfather when she was a very young woman in early adulthood. She's been on a lot of national media recently, and there have been many wonderful reviews. We also have the big book of the week available for you, Cast: The Origins of Our Discontents by Isabel Wilkerson. I'm sure if you listen to NPR or read the New York Times or many other publications this week, you've run into mention of this book. This has been long in the making, this book. You may have enjoyed and read her earlier book, The Warmth of Other Suns, about the Great Migration, which was an absolutely wonderful narrative history. This is a much deeper look into issues of race in this country, but her argument is that we should not be calling or giving our troubles the title race or the name race, but rather referring to racial tension and looking at it as really a caste issue. And this is a deep, deep history about the caste system in India, caste issues in Nazi Germany, and her argument is that those are applicable to this country as well. She's a wonderful writer. It's Oprah's most recent book club pick, and there's been, again, as I mentioned, a lot of talk of this book. To switch, or not switch gears so much, we got in a copy of a book that's been out for a few years that we didn't have, that many people have been talking about, White Fragility by Robin DiAngelo, Why It's So Hard for White People to Talk About Racism, the #1 New York Times bestseller list. A lot of book groups have read this, a lot of schools have, this has been required reading for teachers, for professional development. So a lot of people have been talking about this book, and it's available for you. We haven't had it in the collection before, I'm sorry to say, but I'm pleased that we have it now. And we have Trump's niece's memoir. That's at the top of the bestseller list right now, Mary L. Trump, PhD's book, Too Much and Never Enough. And it's here for you, should you be interested. And last but not least today, I'd like to talk about a book called Horse Crazy, The Story of a Woman and a World in Love with an Animal by Sarah Mazlin. She is a staff writer at the New York Times and has had a lifelong obsession with horses. And I think there are a lot of people, particularly women in this part of the world, who can identify with her fascination with horses. I am one of those horse crazy women. This is also a serious look at difficulties in her life, a very traumatic experience, and the healing that followed because of her relationship with a horse. So it's gotten, again, a lot of great press, and I'm sure you might be interested in it. So come check out one of these or many other books. There's still a lot of books we got in March and April when we were closed, in May, that are still on the new bookshelf that not many people have seen. So we're keeping those labeled as new for a little while longer. So if you can come in and make an appointment, you can look at those, give some of those writers a chance. They were published in a very difficult time, and especially those new writers. They'd love to have their books read, and we'd love to see you read them. So thanks so much, and we'll talk to you again soon when we have some more new great books. Bye-bye.